Hello fellow colorists, welcome back to the channel JI Colourist. My name is Jody and I'm super happy to have you back today for what I hope is an informative and fun video all about the April birthstone, which is diamond. So for the year of 2024, we are going to be introducing a new birthstone every month, and sometimes the months will have multiple birthstones, which I did not know. But for April, it is diamond. There is one birthstone. It is probably the most well recognized, well known of the gemstones. It's in most wedding rings, not all, but it is definitely a stone that we have all seen. It's also a stone that's a little bit hard to color because most of the time it appears just to be clear. So today I'm going to be using my Macaroon colored pencil set. It is 50 pencils. I have not used it a great deal, so I thought that this would be a great time to use it. I am also going to bring in my Derwent Chinese white and probably a Signo silver gel pen. So those are the tools that I'm likely to use. If I pull in anything else, I will certainly let you know. I am going to be using a Coloring Bliss practice sheet. These are free off of the Coloring Bliss website if you are a basic member. I have been using this already before. I did a test diamond here, as you can see. So we are going to continue on. We are going to do at least one test here, and I'm going to do, I believe, this one. So we will do a diamond on here. Then we are going to transfer our skills and do a diamond in the Hanna Karlzon grains of gold, which I have been using to complete all of the gems. And while we're doing that, I am going to show you some pictures on screen of diamonds in all their different shapes and forms, and talk a little bit about the diamonds themselves and what makes them unique. All right, if that's something that you think is going to be of interest to you, grab a cup of tea and let's get started. So while I am gathering some things, let's take a quick look at this diamond that I have done here. I have used a variety of colors on it. So I've got some light blue, light pink, a little bit of light green, and then I've used white and then some silver gel pen. So that is one way to do it. And that's because a diamond, although it's clear, it is going to, as light hits it, it's going to pick up colors that are surrounding it, and also it's like a prism, so all the colors will kind of reflect in it, which is kind of nice. You can get colored diamonds, which we will touch a little bit more in that, but let's start over here. First off, a diamond is typically a faceted stone, so it's going to, and that's because that's how they get the most sparkle from it. So one of our first questions when we're looking at gemstones is it a faceted stone or not? And a diamond definitely is. So let's talk about exactly what a diamond is. The diamond is the only gem made of a single element. It's carbon, and it's 99.95% carbon, and the other 0.05% are trace elements that can influence its color or the crystal's shape. So a diamond is a naturally formed crystal, and it is formed under high pressure conditions that exist only about 100 miles beneath the Earth's surface. So there are lab created diamonds, but that is not what we're going for today. We are talking about actual diamonds from the Earth. So let me grab some really light pale colors. I'm going to use the turquoise blue Y024 and the aqua Y026, and I would like a really pale pink. Let's try peach Y011. I'm going to go ahead and these haven't been used before, so I'm going to quickly sharpen them and then we will continue on. So when I'm coloring a diamond, I kind of look at what else is on my page, and I try and pick the colors that are on the page and then pick a very pastel shade of that and bring that onto the diamond so that it's kind of like it's reflecting it. But as I said, a diamond is basically can almost, you can treat it like a prism, so you could include any shade that you want, but it white is obviously going to be in there. I'm going to just strategically place a little bit of color on the edge and just bring it in slightly as we talk about the diamond. So this is the peach color. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of the blue. And you only need a little kiss of the color. Maybe we want a little bit down here. And then this is the turquoise blue, which is kind of the greeny color. On screen you'll see a variety of pictures popping up. Some are polished diamonds, some are rough cut diamonds, and then we also have colored diamonds. So let's just talk quickly about colored diamonds and what makes them colored. And the color is due to trace elements that influence its color and shape, and it's the nitrogen content and heat treatment that typically changes the color of diamonds. So that's kind of interesting. So pink are very rare. They come from Australia in the Argyle mine is the most common place, but that mine has since closed. So pink diamonds are rather expensive, as you would expect, because now they are no longer being produced. So I'm going to take the white and I'm just going to color right into that colored area that I've already done, right over top, and blend it in. You can use things like Winsor Newton iridescent medium or Stickles, you know, stuff to make your diamonds shiny and stuff, but we're going to start with just color pencil, just so that we can show that we can get that sparkle and shine without. So I've taken, now this is the turquoise blue, and I'm blending it into the darker blue, which is light blue to start with, just to bring the color up. The next colored diamond that I'll mention, or we'll talk about, is a green tinged diamond, and that comes from a structural defect, and the mine is in Africa and South America. That's typically where they come from, and it's a light green, so it's not like a emerald green. That was kind of cool. Now I'm just adding a little bit of color here and there on these, and I can even blend in some pink, and just very lightly, because white is still shining through. The blue diamond is the most famous, is the Hope diamond, and that is it's blue in color because of the presence of boron, another element. We can leave some squares totally white, that's perfectly fine. And I'm just taking my Derwent Chinese white, which is a very opaque white, and I'm just blending all of the colors together. Fairly waxy pencil, so it is quite opaque, and it does blend all the colors nicely. And on screen, I'm not sure if you can see, but like there's a hint of pink here, and just a hint of light green. And then I'll use the white to kind of bring it all together. The next diamond is a black, and it's caused mainly by inclusions. Red diamond is the rarest in the world, and it is high in nitrogen and has a molecular structural defect in it. So many different kinds of diamonds. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do the diamond. I can also bring in, typically I will use a silver signo gel pen, and I will go over the black lines because I want to get rid of the appearance of that black line. So I'm going to go over it, make sure it's well covered, and then it'll also sparkle. And I used the white as a blender, so I didn't bring in any Gamsol. And after the gel pen has dried, sometimes I'll go over it again. If I go over the gel pen while it's wet, then it starts to leave tracks and the black actually starts showing through again. So I'm not sure if you experience that as well. And I will draw a line over all of the facets so it ends up looking like this. And this one, obviously some black is showing through, so I could go back over it and cover that. Okay. If you want to make an extra sparkle, you can on the corners or where the facet meets. You can do a little shine like that. So this is just with pencil, and we didn't use any Winsor Newton iridescent medium, but you could certainly, once you have all your colors down, and if you're going to use Winsor Newton iridescent medium, you might want to do the colors a little bit darker so that they definitely shine through the application of the iridescent medium. And you can see the difference between this side and this side, and definitely this side to me looks way more gemstone like, and that's what I would go for. Before we go color in our book, I wanted to try two other gel pens instead of the silver as an option. So I have the new clear Jelly Roll Stardust, and it's clear, so I just wanted to try that and see how it would look, because it's more sparkle, and I want to see if it's going to cover up the black line sufficient. So we'll do this and then we'll let it dry, and we'll see how that covers that. I also have a dual hybrid silver that I want to try, so we'll see how this one goes, and then we'll choose the one that works best. So here's my dual hybrid silver, and we'll, because it's more of a sparkly silver, and so that might add something to our gem as well. And you can look in your stash of gel pens and see which silver. I don't have a Sparkle Pop silver at the moment, but this Pental dual metallic is very much the same ink as Sparkle Pop. We'll let that dry, and we'll see which one. The clear, yeah, we'll wait for it to dry, but it definitely is showing the black line the most. So that's this section right here. Comment below which one do you think is the best. So this is the Signo gel pen, this is the dual hybrid silver, and this is the Stardust clear. Okay, let's go to our Hanna Karlzon page, and we'll talk about what I have already done on the page and then continue from there. So as I mentioned previously, I am using the Hanna Karlzon Grains of Gold, which is her compilation book, to do the gemstones for the year. And I am started a page. Let me just grab it for you. Here's the page that I have selected to do. It is a beautiful crown, and I'll explain what I have used already on the page. I started with the Fine Tech paint, and I used the Arabic gold, to do the edges, all of the gold around the edges of the crown. I then used a glitter marker from Ink, and this is a Dollar Tree marker to do the rest of the gold here. And I haven't decided what to do for the gold behind here because I wasn't totally happy with that gold, but it does definitely look sparkly. I used the green dual hybrid gel pen to do this area here, and I'll zoom you in a little bit. So the center of the flowers, and I used a Faber-Castell Pit Artist pen in the color Cobalt Green 156 to do the band around here. And I also use the same, I'll zoom you in again, and all of these little ends here as long with the center of the veins of the leaves. So along here I used the Pit Artist pen, no bleed through. I then got some stickles. There's no name on this stickles, but it's called like an aqua color, and I covered all of the little spiky things so they were like tiny little green gems, and that's where we're at so far. So my plan is to use this page for both April and May's gemstones, and I'm keeping all the products that I have used so far in this little blick case so that I know what I've used. And I'm going to do both emeralds and diamonds on this crown, and I'm hoping that it all comes together. So I've decided to make some of these emeralds and some of these diamonds. So there's a bunch of gems dripping down, dangling, and I think I'll make those the emeralds. I'm going to make at least this large one here a diamond. So that means that my diamond itself is going to be picking up the colors that I plan on having on the rest of the crown. So I'm definitely going to need the colors that I've selected, which are the aqua, turquoise blue, the peach, and the aqua color. So those are the ones that I'm going to bring in. I might look in the Colourist set and see if there's another green as well. Let's also bring in this one called turquoise green. I'll sharpen this up and we'll get started on this main diamond. I will zoom you down. Okay, let's go ahead and start with this diamond here, and hopefully we can get a nice clear shot for you. Diamonds are one of the hardest gemstones, and they're on the Mohs scale of 10, and supposedly only other diamonds will scratch it. However, I personally have broken 3 diamonds in my rings previously, so they aren't just indestructible, that's for sure. Diamonds are used in both industrial applications and obviously jewelry, so lots of different uses for diamonds. Now I'm envisioning that the darker areas on this diamond are going to be around the edges, the outside edges, so I'm going to use like my darker blue and my darker greens around the edge area. You can have some areas in the center, like the center facets can be showing more darker, so you could even bring in a cool gray. So you don't have to just be using these pastel colors. It's just I'm picking up colors off of that I'm have on the page already. So since diamonds are the birthstone of April, they do have a soft spot in my heart. You'll have to let me know if you are April birthday, if you have if diamonds are one of your favorites. So I'm taking the pink and I'm coloring it right into the other colors that I've already put on screen, into the little facets, and I'm just kind of doing each facet at a time, just having some fun. The proposed benefits supposedly for diamonds are you can wear them to cure nervousness, bad tempers, anxiety, and overthinking issues. It will calm the mind and bring peace to the wearer. I'm not sure that that's in my experience. because I wear them all the time. So, but I always think it's interesting to learn about those kind of things. When I think I have enough of items colored, then I'll come in with the white. And there shouldn't be any really harsh lines, so just make sure you're coloring lightly and blending out. Diamonds are also known as the stone of invisibility. Symbolizes purity, commitment, and eternal love, and it strengthens courage and imagination. It is obviously very popular for wedding rings, engagement rings. It is not the only stone for those though, but certainly by far. So I am leaving some purposely clear, and we'll just use the white. After this, you could also cover it with glossy accents or something like that to make it shiny. I'm not going to do that though. And I'm trying not to cover the white over the black lines, and that's because I want the gel pen to stick to those black lines. And if I coat it with the waxy Derwent Chinese white here, then that is not going to adhere well. So I am purposely keeping within each little facet. Now these outer facets along here, I'm just gonna do a light layer of this green around some of that. But not for the whole, like I'm leaving a section of white. I'm just doing the very edge, and then I'll come in with the pink. Talking about cleaning your diamonds, you can clean it just with soapy water, so a little bit of dish soap is good, liquid hand soap, a soft toothbrush. Make sure it's soft. Even though diamonds are a hard thing, you do want to always be careful, because your diamonds are also set into gold typically, and so you don't want to be scratching the gold as well. When you're caring for a ring, it's more than just the stone on the ring. I'm just going to add a little bit more pink to some areas, and I like how that's looking. Just keep coming in and redefining a few areas. A fairly easy stone to color, because really you're just going to add a kiss of color here and there, and then blend with white, and then we will come in with our gel pen to do the outside lines. So let's go back to our other sheet here where we had done the 3 different gel pens and see which one we like best. I still think I like this one, then this one, and then the clear is probably the least, which is surprising because I thought it might be good. But I think that the solidness of the Signo gel pen, the ink, is probably definitely what I'll use for the outside edge, and then maybe I'll use this for the inside because then it's more sparkly. So let's try to give that a try. So we'll go around the edge. And I can't talk while I'm doing this, so maybe there will be some music. Make sure you go over all of the lines. And if you go slower, it actually is better. I'll keep doing this, and I'll be back when this is the whole outside is covered, and then we'll do some of the inside together, and then I'll finish that. Okay, I've done the outer edge of the all the little baguettes or tiny diamonds that were around it with the Signo gel pen. Now I'm going to come in with the dual hybrid metallic, and I'm going to cover the rest of the lines. And we'll see how that looks. Definitely is sparkly. So I'll come back when this part is done. Okay, here's how the diamond is looking. Some of the facets are just the page just left white, and others have a bit of color in them. So I think that turned out really well, and I will do the other ones basically the same. So this is where we're going to leave it for today. I think that we've got a few diamonds as examples. I do like how this turned out. I think that the dual hybrid does produce quite a bit of sparkle on the page, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, the other diamonds here will be of similar, so since that's basically the same, that'll be the end for today's tutorial. I hope you are having a colorful and creative week. I will see you back in here for May as we continue on with this page and add some emeralds to it. All right, take care for now. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.